Damn. Oh my God.
Okay, right there. Don't break the rod. Don't break the rod. Move around. Don't let that sit. No, keep it bent. What happened? Did the hook break off or is the hook still there?
No, the hook snapped. Dude, that thing was like this big, dude.
In this video, I'm going to share with you everything I learned from my first time fishing on a boat. I bought a single-day all-water fishing license for $11 from the Texas Park and Wildlife website. Spoiler alert, I didn't catch anything, but I got pretty close a few times and now I have the itch. If you see me do anything wrong in this video, please point it out so that I can know what to do next time. My buddies over at 7 Day Addiction and Palo Rods invited me to go fishing in Aransas Pass, Texas. They did their best to teach me on the fly. I've gone fishing before at the pier and even one time at the beach, but never on a boat. I'm not much of a morning person, but we were up by 5 a.m. to be on the water by 6. We gassed up the boat and went inside this gas station, which was not yet serving breakfast or regular coffee. So, note to self, bring breakfast next time. We ended up just getting some regular muffins. So once we arrived at the fishing dock, Sam checked the oil level on the boat, made sure the rods were secured, and he also checked a few other things too. This day, we were fishing for redfish, which mostly hang out in shallow water. I was told there's a big tournament going on in Texas where if you catch a tagged redfish, you win some serious money or prizes. Sam said if I were to catch one of these things, it would be pretty cool, but also very sad because I am not a CCA member and I'm not registered for this tournament. So we went inside the shop to buy some live bait, even though half of them were already dead. I don't know, maybe Sam bought some that were half alive, half dead, I'm not sure. I was going to fish with the live bait, while Sam was going to fish with his STX Tackle brand that he sells at his shop and online. I'll be the first to admit, I was little to no help with anything boat related this day, so I'm glad there was 2 of them so that I could watch and learn, and also record. Once the boat was in the water, Sam went and parked the truck and we were ready to go fishing. We were driving the boat for about 10 minutes until Sam found the spot where he wanted to fish. I was told to keep an eye out for tailing redfish, which is when you can see the redfish's tail sticking out of the water while the fish is feeding on something down below. I was honestly looking for a bright red fish, kind of like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. Yeah, shows how little I know. But that's how you learn, right? Once we found a spot where we saw some tailing redfish, we stopped the boat and Sam started poling us around. Poling is where you use this long 20-foot stick to move the boat around without disturbing the fish and scaring them away, kind of like a stealth mode. At one point, Sam couldn't pole us against the current, so we ended up pulling the boat with a rope. Lee got his stuff and headed towards his first spot. I had no idea this much of the water was going to be this shallow, but I guess it was a good spot to find these reds. Both Sam and Lee were going to be moving around the water while I stayed on the boat. Here is Sam setting up my rod for me to fish. Sam makes custom rods, so he made every rod we fished with that day. I think the rod I was using that day was called the Palo Bandito.
Take this mullet, you're gonna grab it. You see it's got this little fin right here on the back. You just stick him right there. Just like that. Now he's gonna be staying alive, and that's what he's gonna look like in the water.
Okay.
So you're gonna like see how he's moving the weight? Like it's gonna feel like that, all right? That's normal.
So he's not gonna hit the bottom.
No, but like the fish, it's a you're gonna feel this, right? And that's okay. And on this one, just be when you cast it, just cast it like come to a stop, like right here. You're trying. This is a heavy bait for this rod.
Okay.
It's okay. So just stop it. You don't have to cast it a mile either.
Okay.
And then wherever it lands, and then you don't reel it in from there anymore. It just stays there. Where's that?
Oh, man. Good luck.
Let's take a look at the first time I ever hooked what I think was a red fish, and well, as you know, it got away.
Damn. Get out.
Let him take the line if he needs to. Just hold that tip up. Hold the tip up. Let him wear out. Nice. Keep it up. Just keep the line. Keep tight. Keep the line tight. Okay, right there. Don't break the rod. Don't break the rod. Move around. Don't let that tip. No. Keep it bent. What happened? Did the hook break off, or is the hook still there?
No, the hook snapped.
The line snapped?
No, the hook came out. Dude, that thing was like this big, dude.
Yeah, it was a nice red.
Oh, come on, man. Okay.
But you don't want this tip to go too far down, otherwise you'll snap the rod.
So I gotta just keep it straight.
No, you want to keep it bent always. But you want to keep this tip from bending too far down.
Dude, it was like right here, bro. How did it?
And so what happened was, let me see where it broke from now.
So what happened? What snapped?
The hook itself snapped it broke. This is 20-pound line. It could have been me that I put a pretty good knot on there, so. But
Oh,
you missed your first red, huh?
man. All right, let's try again.
Sam thinks it may have been the knot he tied or maybe even the string itself, but I was ready to give it another shot. This time I hooked another fish, but not only did it take the hook, it took the weight and everything.
Something broke off. I had it and it took off. Man, that must have been a big one. Look at that. Took the weight and everything. What the hell's going on? It's 2 lost fish right there.
I convinced myself that these were some monster fish and maybe I was using the wrong string, but who knows? It was my first time and it's probably something I was doing wrong.
They keep telling me the fish are just gonna show up. Is there like a switch you can turn on?
After a few hours of not catching anything but grass, I decided it was time to find Sam and Lee. They drifted away and I needed to pole my way to them. It seemed pretty simple, but at the end of the day, my shoulders were actually pretty sore. One thing I did forget to do, which Sam did tell me about 10 times, was to pull the anchor and let the boat drift for about 1 minute and then fish that new area. Maybe this is why Sam and Lee were getting further and further away. Sam later told me he figured I was catching a bunch of fish because I never moved, when it was actually quite the opposite.
Is it a keeper? How big?
Once I caught up with Sam and Lee, they put their 3 redfish in the cooler and we were done for the day. I think these reds were anywhere from 21 to 24 inches, which I was told were in the legal limit to keep them. Then we started to head back to the dock. By this point, it was by 11 a.m. We had water and snacks, but because of the poor breakfast we had, we were getting pretty hungry. Lee went to get the truck while Sam and I stayed on the boat. Once we loaded up the boat on the trailer, we went to go clean our fish. Well, their fish. No, not that fish. That was some guys next to us that caught a 38-inch red and were cutting it up with some electric knife. Or at least trying to. Sam and Lee cut their fish, threw the scraps to the birds, and off we were. The last thing we did was wash the boat. I was told that after fishing in salt water, you needed to clean the boat or the salt over time could start to wear down the boat. Well, that's pretty much it. I would say I have the itch now and I'm ready to give it another shot. Thanks for watching, and of course, any advice is much appreciated. Toodaloo.
Dude, that thing was like this big, dude.